distribution of natural resources. Now in this, I'll take up few examples. Okay. Now see here, we have seen before about renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Right. So in this, I will take up one example, water resources. And under non-renewable resources, I will take up coal, petroleum. Now, in India, this coal is found in eastern part as well as south central part of India. Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, okay. In such places, we will get abundant coal. Similarly, petroleum. Petroleum is found in Rajasthan. We say that Rajasthan state is the largest producer of petroleum. Okay. And also, we get petroleum in Gujarat, even Assam. So these two examples of non-renewable resources. Now renewable resources, we have water resources. Right. Now this water resources, we know that it is found abundant in Himalayan region. Alright. Now see here, what I want to show in this is resources that are found in India are distributed unequally. Or we can also use uneven distribution of natural resources. What does it mean? Now when we say uneven distribution of natural resources, it means that resources which are there in India is not equally distributed. Alright. In some places, say for example, as I said, gold is found in eastern and south central part of India. Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh. Right. So in such places, coal are abundant in nature. Whereas in another places, in another parts of India, we are not getting coal. Similarly, petroleum. Okay, so we find this petroleum resources in few parts of India, but we will not find this petroleum in other parts of India. Same, water too. Now what does it show? It shows that resources of India are not equally distributed. In different places, we get different resources and also the amount. As I said before, see here, Rajasthan is the largest producer of petroleum, right? And then followed by, say for example, Gujarat we have, Assam we have. So when we talk about the amount of resources, petroleum is found more in Rajasthan as in comparison to Gujarat and Assam. Whereas in other parts of India, we do not get these resources. Is that clear? Okay, so as I said before, the distribution of natural resources in India is uneven. Uneven means it is not equal. Okay, the resources which is found in one places, that resources we do not get in other places. And even the amount of such resources differs. Alright, now what could be the reason behind such unequal distribution of natural resources? Okay, now it is because of three factors. Now, these three factors are, the first one is terrain. Terrain causes unequal distribution of natural resources. Another one is climate factor, and the third one is altitude. Alright, three factor which plays a very important role in uneven distribution of natural resources. The first one is terrain, then climate, then we have altitude. Okay, now this you know, climate. What is this? Climate. Now we come to terrain. Now what does here terrain means? It means land area. What is this? It is land area. Alright. Now I will give you here some examples of terrain. Some area are flat, or we can say plain area. We do have plain area, right? Some are hilly area. Okay, some area forest area. Is that clear? Now, see here, terrain, I have given three examples. One is area, plain area, hilly area, or forest area. Okay, now, this terrain in India is not same. It differs, right? In some parts of India, we find only hilly areas. Say for example, Himalayan region of India. In some parts of India, we find only plain area. Some parts of India having abundant forest resources. Right. So, as I said, parts of India has different terrain. Okay. And it is because of this terrain, resources are distributed unequally. This is one factor. Alright. Okay. So see here, in terrain, we have example of hilly areas. So in hilly areas, Himalayan regions, right? Which is having lots of hills and mountains. So in such areas, we get abundant water resources. But water resources is not found in abundant in other parts of India. So it shows unequal distribution of water resources here. Is that clear? Okay. So this is the one factor. Another one is climate. Climate also plays a very important role in unequal distribution of resources. Then we have altitude. Altitude means height. Okay. It is height. So, at few places which has height, we get some resources there, right? And the resources which are found at such places will not be found in other parts of India. Is that clear? Okay, so the reason behind unequal distribution of natural resources is because of terrain, because of altitude, and because of height. These three factors will make unequal distribution of natural resources. Now, second types of resources is human-made resources. Now, what is this human-made resources? Now, this is very simple, right? See here, resources made by human are called as human-made resources. Okay, so this human, I will also use this term, okay, people. Resources which are made by the people are called as human-made resources. Alright? Okay. Now, in this, again, I'll take one example here. Very simple example. What is this? It's a tree. Right. Now, tree, natural resources. It will come under the category of natural resources. People will make use of natural resources to make another resources. Alright. Now, see here, tree. Tree, natural resources. This will come under the category of natural resources. From here we get wood. Right. And this one, it undergoes modification, which means change, right? And we get what? We get here paper. Alright, okay. So, paper is also a resource. So, what is happening here now? As I said before, resources which are made by the human or people are called as human-made resources. Alright? And how do they make resources? How do people make resources? People make resources by using natural resources. They will make use of natural resources for further creation of another resources. Now, tree as an example I have shown here. So what the people does here, what they are doing with this natural resources, little bit modification they will do, right? Change they will do from it, and then they will make paper. We get paper from tree. Is that clear? So people has used natural resources to get this resource here. Now everyone knows what is the use of this paper. Right? So it has utility. Remember, resources meaning. This one, paper has utility and this will satisfy people's needs. Then this will also become a resource here. Okay, one thing. Another example which is given in your text is, say for example, I'll take up only one here, building. People wants to build building. Right? So again, in this also, people will make use of so many different types of natural resources here. Is that clear? Okay, so this will be also called as human-made resources. This is also a resource. It is one of the types of resources. As I said before, in the meaning of resources, again it will come here. See, building has utility, right? It is useful, and by using it, it satisfies people's needs. Right? So, this one is also a resource here. Now, this one, it is human-made resources, and also paper is a human-made resources. So these two are the examples of human-made resources here. So in short, what the people are doing here, people are making use of natural resources, right? Now, whatever we get from nature, as it is, we cannot make use of it in some cases. Alright, so what they do is, they go for modification here, change here. They will change it, right, into something. Is that clear? In order to make it as a paper or building. Right, so I have taken here only two examples. One is paper, another one is building. Okay, and third example, we will say technology. This is 3, 2, 1. Technology. Right. Now see here, we can see this technology in different ways. Okay. I'll just take here example of technology machine. It's just an example. Alright. Machine. Now this machine is human-made resources, right? It is made by whom? Human. Right. Now, this is also a resource here. When I say technology, that is machine, is a resource, is it a resource here? Will it become a resource? Yes, it will become a resource. Say for example, this machine has utility, usefulness, right? And it satisfies human needs. Is that clear? And who is making this machine? Obviously, it is human. It is people. And to make a machine, they are making use of so many other resources. Alright, so this technology is also an example of human-made resources. Alright. Now, see here, another meaning of technology. In my last video, I have said technology means latest knowledge, right? Skills. Technology is what? A people has knowledge. A people has skills. If they are making use of their latest knowledge, their skills, right, to produce resources, then that is also called as technology. Right. Now see here, human-made resources. In this, human beings are using technology. Okay, not this one. Human beings are using technology, which means they are using their latest knowledge, they are using their skills for producing resources. So that will also called as human-made resources. Alright? Okay. So this is about human-made resources. So in brief, see here, the meaning of human-made resources is resources which is made by the people. Human is called as human-made resources. Number 2, how do they make resources? How do people make resources? So they make resources by using natural resources. So this natural resources will go for modification in order to become or in order to create another resources here. I have taken here example of tree, then building, then technology. Okay, so in the creation of resources, human is using technology here. So technology is latest knowledge, using their skills, alright, for production of resources. So this is all about human-made resources here.